G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Tonight I'm going to be doing something a lot different. I am going to be doing a book review. So for all of you guys who aren't bookworms, I do apologise, but as I said, occasionally I will do a book review, and I just got finished reading this book, so I want to share my thoughts on it. It's another book by Dean Koontz, who was a very good author in my opinion. Hadn't heard about this book at all. It's not one of his newer works, and this is called Odd Hours. I'm not sure when this was written, but as I said, it's not one of his latest stories. Um, I think I could be wrong, but I hadn't heard about this one before. So basically, Odd Hours. It's about this guy named Odd Thomas. Really strange name, but the whole story really does have a lot of strange names. And Dean Koontz in his stories, he really does have unique sort of names, which makes him a unique sort of writer. So this guy named Odd Thomas, he has the ability to see dead people. He's constantly approached by the ghost of Frank Sinatra. So that was kind of unique as well. You think ghosts, you wouldn't think that someone would be haunted by Frank Sinatra, but this guy is haunted by Frank Sinatra. He can see the dead. They're not necessarily bad. They are friendly ghosts, and they pretty much can help him. And sometimes, he's blessed by this gift, and other times he's not. He also has the psychic ability. He can pretty much determine what's going to happen in the future. He has this ability to be drawn to people that he needs to get a hold of. So he's got all these very special sort of gifts, and it really does tear him up inside. It makes him a very confused individual, as you could imagine. And yeah, so it's not really a cool sort of gift that he has. It has its pluses and it has its negatives, and throughout the story it really does show you the negatives more than the positives. So one day he has this terrible vision of red water at this beach. It's got red water, red sand, and red skies, so something really isn't good, and he isn't quite aware of what this um, vision means, but it can't be good because of what it's about. That is until one day he's on this pier and he gets attacked by these two strangers. He has no idea what these strangers want with him, but he knows that they're aggressive, and whatever Odd Thomas has done, he is in trouble and he needs to get away from these guys. Later on in the story, does become his vision is further explained, and it ties in with the two people that just attacked him. So I'm not going to tell you what the vision was about. That's something you're going to have to read and find out for yourself. No spoilers, even in the book reviews. So throughout the film, he is trying to get away from these people and kind of find out why these people are after him. And when these people are after him, he realizes that there is a much bigger evil than he could ever have imagined. So things go from bad to worse for Odd Thomas, and the people that he is associated with are in grave danger, and he has to pretty much fight for his life, or not fight for his life, run for his life, and try and come to the bottom and expose the truth of what's really going on. So that's pretty much your story, and that's as far as I go with it. So my thoughts on the book. Well, I actually thought What the Night Knows, his latest work, was better. But having said that, I thought this is really good. Now, it's a much smaller sort of book, so it is an easy read. If you're not big on reading and you want to get started, especially on Dean Koontz, this is probably the book to start on. Now, it's not the biggest, and as I said, it's written in a nature that is very, very easy to read. He doesn't get bogged down on introduction of characters. The story really does go along very smoothly, as it did in What the Night Knows. What the Night Knows was a bigger story, but Odd Hours, although it was smaller, it's still well worth the read. Now, the characters were all very interesting. If I have one criticism about the book, I thought the author kind of rambled on a bit too much about certain things. While he didn't get bogged down, it could have gone at an even faster pace. But having said that, the pace was still good, and I thought the characters were really interesting, and the tension and the suspense in the story is really, really good. There's a lot of chase scenes, there's a lot of hiding, and just a lot of close encounters. So it is has a lot of tension, has a lot of suspense, and it's what you would expect from an author like Dean Koontz. So if you're a Dean Koontz fan, you won't be disappointed with this one. I really enjoyed it. I just thought that there are a lot of similarities between this one and What the Night Knows. They're both supernatural kind of thriller suspense stories. But if I had to choose one, it would be What the Night Knows. But this is definitely a worthy inclusion to any Dean Koontz fan's collection. So yeah, I thought the ending was really good too. There's a little twist. You kind of don't expect the things that happen. So that was really nice. The ending was a good payoff. I felt it was rewarding. And overall, an impressive book, and one that's very easy to read because it's smaller. And yeah, so if you're a fan of Dean Koontz, this one will not disappoint, and I highly recommend it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this book review. I will be getting back to reviewing films very, very shortly. Until then, I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you later.